Hello, good morning, Biro here.
Good morning, I'm Nikki.
And this is the Monday Coffee with Jexo, where we scan through last week's updates and news in the Atlassian ecosystem and just give you a shot of what's been happening retrospectively. This is going to be a short thing. We don't want to spend too much time and take too much time of your day, but hopefully you can join us for a coffee and chat. There's a chat somewhere in here, so you can comment on the things that we'll address. All right. So I just want to make sure that everything is working because this is take number two. We had a bit of
Technology is failing us today.
technology is failing us. Yes, we had a bit of a failed pilot start at 9, so we're a bit late. Let me just have a quick look, make sure everything is running. Yeah, everything is running peachy fine. Okay, so the first topic that we are going to talk about is and update you on is the Atlassian's acquisition of Chartio, and this is actually something that I probably a lot of people have been chatting about towards the end of last week when it was announced. Uh, yeah, so Chartio is a powerful data visualization tool. It was a standalone tool. I looked on their website now, and they mentioned that they're going away, which it's interesting. It kind of sounds like Atlassian has decided not to. My voice cracked. Atlassian decided not to keep Chartio as a standalone tool, and they're planning to integrate it with all of their products. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. And basically, from this acquisition announcement, when we're going to start seeing some of those awesome charting reports created with Chartio. It's also going to be interesting to see how it impacts apps in the ecosystem like EasyBI or custom charts. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one because I personally quite like charts and data visualization, and something like that is really missing in Jira from my point of view. And I think they might come up with quite good, easy to use and powerful solutions with Chartio. So I'm really curious how that's gonna unfold.
Yeah, me too. Let's see. The thing that I'm most curious of is from this announcement when we're gonna see the first signs, the first glimpses of features with Chartio, because sometimes I have the feeling that they announce these partnerships when they're halfway through implementation phase or something like that.
Mm.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which is the Trello brand refresh.
Yes, so Trello brand refresh. So 2 weeks ago, Trello announced quite exciting news that they're including new features, new views in their product. At that time, Trello was basically just the Kanban board with a lot of customizations and integrations, which is really good, easy to use tool and easy to adopt. So people loved it and teams loved it. But it was still missing something. And now Trello has a lot of new features like timeline view, calendar view, list view, and the dashboards for simple analytics. So it really looks like Trello is stepping on the other big companies in this same space, and I think they're quite good competitor to them now with these new features. And it's just the beginning, as they say in the article. They're going to improve on these views quite a lot. So I think they're quite nice solutions which they're providing now. The calendar view is really nice. I like that.
Yeah, it seems that this is a massive release for launch for Trello. And I think with this addition, you can now run small to medium-sized projects and portfolios in Trello, which is awesome. So, and also because it has a public-facing aspect of it, it's going to be interesting to see how organizations use some of those new views to communicate changes and things like that. And I think Atlassian is also making a statement with this launch. In the past, when they acquired Trello, I was quite skeptic about the acquisition. I was thinking that eventually Trello will die down and some of the features from Trello will start showing up, popping up in Jira. But I think with this announcement and this launch, Atlassian's making a statement that Trello is well and here to stay. So yeah, I proved me wrong, to put it like that. It proved me wrong. All right, cool. The next one was the brand refresh.
Yes. So hand to hand with the Trello's new features, there is also a complete brand refresh. So we found this series of tweets from Leah, which was the design lead on this project. The project took 1.5 years to complete, but the result is really amazing. So in this series of 10 short tweets, she describes how the whole process worked and what was the timeline. It's quite interesting to see what were her challenges and what exactly they were doing in order to rebrand the whole Trello. And she mentioned that one of the main challenges or hardest challenges she had was the change management in the end, which I can really believe that it was really hard, and the buy-in from the stakeholders.
And this is actually quite interesting. Well, the thing is, I think that's not novelty, having these type of happenings in terms of stakeholders pulling in a different direction than designers or creative teams and such. It's common. It's a common thing. So I don't think it only happens to Atlassian. I've seen it quite often. The other thing, it does now look closer to Atlassian main product suite, does it not? Or am I just imagining things?
Yeah, I definitely think that the main logo now, the whole font is very Atlassian-like. So it's much closer to what is already there from the Atlassian offering. But the actual images on their landing pages and still a little bit on the blog, they have a little bit different color scheme and a little bit more playful. So I still think that the target audience there might be a little bit different. It's definitely more fresh, I think.
Yeah, I think the font looks very similar. Maybe the thickness different. So they do try to differentiate a bit. Okay.
But the result is really nice.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm enjoying. But I think you're enjoying it more than me. I'm more like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, whatever design
really-
brand stuff.
I really like that pink gradient. It's really nice.
All right. So next up, the marketplace feedback program, and this was something that it's kind of like more of an announcement for new app vendors and developers in the ecosystem. I actually participated in I would call it phase 1 of this marketplace feedback program at the end of last year, I think. I had a chat with Caitlin about our experience in starting in the Atlassian ecosystem and publishing our first app, and things that went well, things that didn't go so good. So yeah, that was a nice thing to for us to get involved in. And on the back of Caitlin's research, I think there was a post, like a research post with things, behaviors and things like that. And I'm also seeing it seems like this is phase 2 of that, where they're widening the scope and ow, and I hit my leg on the and it seems like the program is a bit more comprehensive now. There's also a nice $400 reward for participating in this. So yeah, if you're a newcomer in the Atlassian ecosystem and want to give feedback and have the time for it, please do check out this post and submit your interest. I think it's a great thing because it does show, it signals the fact that they care about how you get started in the Atlassian ecosystem, and soon enough we'll probably see some significant changes, hopefully. Okay, so that's that. Please find the link in the description for that. Nikki, do you want to talk about the Atlassian team?
Yes, definitely. So speaking of the Atlassian community, on the user community, I found a post from Bridget. So Biro, if you can share the screen.
Oh, I didn't share.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much. I found this post. So first of all, what is Atlassian Team 21? You might not heard this name in the Atlassian ecosystem before, but basically the last year was the last year of the Atlassian Summit. And this year, with the new decade, they're rebranding to Atlassian Summit to Atlassian Team 21. Anyways, Atlassian Summit itself wasn't that much about their product anymore, so it made sense to basically rebrand the whole event. And now they're focusing more and more on unleashing the potential of every team, which is the Atlassian main mission. So the event is online. It's free if you attend it at the day of the event. And if you would like to unlock the videos further, there's this scheme that you need to pay $50 for all access ticket, and you get some other perks with it as well, which is quite nice. I saw this with the other online events as well, so this is nothing unusual. But if you are a member of Atlassian user community, you can have a look on this post. We are going to include the link in the description. And Bridget mentioned their team, the discount code, which you can use when you're registering for the event, and you will get this all access pass for free, and you don't need to pay that $50. So you can use that.
Yeah, that's cool. And I was actually looking through the agenda, the talks that and the topics, and it does seem on par with the rebranding, calling it team, because the majority of the topics talk about team structure, team how-tos, best practices, tools, and things like that. So it does seem like a very strong focus on teamwork, team collaboration type of topics. So that should be interesting. We're definitely going to watch it live here with our team. So yeah, grab your code. Okay, so next up we have the article of the week, and we're going to do this every week. We're going to scour the Atlassian internets and figure out what's the best article to recommend. I think it's getting close to a year now of being engulfed in this pandemic situation, and I thought it would be neat to share this article with you from Trello blog, and it basically focuses on teaching leaders how to support, to enable wellness in their workplace, currently digital remote workplace. And this article is written by the wellness coach. I think is wellnesscoach.live. It's a new service, and I will link to that as well. You have a Slack integration. It's there's a few perks around well-being, and you have a Slack integration that can massively help. And there's also a free version of it. But the article is right on point in helping leadership think of and implement, as I mentioned, well-being support with their teams. God knows that, you know, we're all affected now by this, you know, even as strong as you would be as an individual, or you would consider yourself strong, you're still affected. It's been a year, and it's still gonna be some time until we get back to normality. And I think we need to take care of our own, as much as we can. So go through the article, read it. It's really insightful.
Yeah, I found quite interesting. This is not the first article from Atlassian that is mentioning that people that work from home now are actually working longer hours, and then they don't even realize, because the difference between the work time and the home time kind of disappeared. So it's really important to have some kind of routine and breaks.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think that's the most major thing. We do have a few bits here or there to keep our sanity and well-being. But I think we're gonna start looking at some of the other things that we're mentioning in the articles, and practicing, and just having that mindset and that attitude as a leader of, well, how's my team, and what can I do to make sure that I help as much as I can my team through these tough times, is important. And next.
The last one is a podcast. So that's now trending on the community. It's a podcast where with the Atlassian founders, Mike and Scott, and they are basically describing their journey, how they started Atlassian. There are some really funny stories from the beginnings. For example, Atlassian support system never used the acronym for Atlassian support system. And don't say it loud. So it's really fun, and it's nice listening. The podcast has 1 hour 15 minutes, I think, and I really did enjoy it. So if you have time, you can listen in.
Yeah, and especially if you're, let's say, new to the Atlassian world and might not be familiar with Mike and Scott and with their story, this is a really good podcast to kind of like get acquainted to how Atlassian got to be, to put it like that. All right, that's kind of it for this week. Try to keep it short and sweet. Hopefully everything I've been monitoring here, it seems like everything went well with the recording and the technicalities. So we'll try to do this every week on Monday at 9 in the morning. Have a wee bit of coffee and scan and go through the stuff that's been happening in the Atlassian ecosystem. So, if you like getting information like this over a video and a chat, feel free to join us live and post your comments and such. We want to make this as interactive and engaging as possible. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Monday.
Thank you. See you.